3, 2, 1.
Time to ring a bell. Step in the ring, no script, no fear. We're calling it live, the junkies are here. Dropping elbows of truth and chair shots all around. When we hit the ropes, we shake the whole crowd.
Ready for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Welcome to the Wrestling Junkeez podcast. Real fans talk real wrestling. I'm your host, Brocstarr. With me on this episode is the East Coast Echo, Uncle Cal.
Let's go,
and
let's go.
Chris Priest.
Fuck Priest.
That's a name that's going to be here until we get that future endeavor tweet from Mr. Damian Priest.
He's finally been released, and that's when I put my fucking
That's when
post.
you get. That's when
Thank
you
you,
get whatever
Triple H.
name you want.
Fucking God.
Thank you, TKO. Thank you, Triple H. Should have been gone years ago.
Oh, yeah. Can we ask you a question? Why do you
Wow.
hate him so? Why? Why do you hate Priest so much, bro?
His
We gotta-
character, like, maybe he needs to, like, redesign his character. He wants to be The Undertaker. He wants to be Vin Diesel. He wants to be Bad Bunny. He needs to get one character.
He wants to be
He's-
bad, buddy.
He's copying Razor Ramon, the Razor's Edge. Get your own moves. Stop jockeying. I mean, I get it. Give him props. Get your own moves. Get your own name. Get your own gear. He's even trying to copy The Undertaker or Diesel. Yeah. I can go 45 minutes for that guy. We don't have enough time.
First,
Again,
you got
enough.
to meet a certain someone from the wrestling past this weekend, huh?
Woof. The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
Let's go.
Excellence of execution.
I'll be
No
honest
debate.
with you. Turned into 8 years old again.
Let's go. Let's go.
I
Let's
saw
go.
him. I was like, where's the Hart Foundation? I almost pulled out my Canada flag, even though I'm American. I was hoping he'd walk down the aisle and I'd scream, Brett! But
You hope he can give you a
awesome.
pair of sunglasses?
He was selling them for $75. I was like, maybe if I was a kid, but I have adult money now. I want him to sign my belt. Yep.
God damn.
Let's go.
But
Let's go.
hands down, shout out to LAX Fest. I mean, hands down, Ahmed Johnson, X-Pac, Rikishi, Zilla Fatu,
Nice.
Dustin Rhodes. I mean, the cool thing is you got to
Oh.
interact with these guys. None of them were fucking assholes. They chopped it up with you. Got to chop it up with Brett. Talked about, hey, WrestleMania 10, him and Owen. He was just, thankful, really
Hey.
appreciative of his fans. Ahmed Johnson, I heard him talking to this one cat. So I took my girlfriend. This is her first ever wrestling show.
Okay.
And I warned her. I said, hey, there's certain fans, there's different fans, there's hardcore fans. There's fans that think Dominic Mysterio and his father, Rey Mysterio, really have beef. So she's listening to this stuff. And, I told her, hey, go in there. You're going to have fun. I go, I'm pretty sure guys are going to be gawking at you. You're very beautiful. I go, remember, some of these guys have not seen a woman without using their credit card.
Oh my god.
So
Sucking savage.
Yeah.
she was gung-ho. The cool thing is she did like wrestling when she was younger. She's our age.
Yeah.
First thing that made me laugh was we walked in. She goes, hey, there's the guy with the big butt. I'm like,
What the
Rikishi.
Big Quiche. Big Quiche.
She goes, we got to go talk to him. Rikishi chopped it up with him, got a comic book autograph. He's actually doing a new series, The Samoan Dynasty. Got the first issue autographed by him. Chopped it up with Ahmed Johnson, cool dude. So back to the story. Guy comes up to me, goes, hey, sir, nice to meet you. He goes, I want to tell you, my dad, he goes, he's older. He goes, but he gave me the Pearl River Plunge. He goes, he got his ass beat by his mom. And I'm looking at him like, oh, wow. My girl goes, what's that? I go, that's his finisher. What's that? That's when he puts him away. So she was asking questions, very, trying to get involved, which I liked. Obviously, we know I'm handicapped. My right ankle hurts. I waited in line for Bret Hart for about 4 hours. Well
Damn.
worth it. I was the one complaining. I thought she was going to be like, this is bullshit. Let's leave. I told her, hey, my foot hurts. She goes, you know what? I got an idea. How about you go sit down and I'll stand in line? So shout out, Veronica. You did your first wrestling event was amazing.
Okay. Down ass one.
Yeah, she got gawked at. Look, many guys were looking at her breasts, including myself. But great show, LAX Fest. They said that another one will be coming, possibly in August. Shit, you guys got to jump on that plane and go. We could all meet up and bring your cameras. I think it's time the podcast starts interviewing these guys.
We definitely got to find time to do that at some point.
Hell
For
yeah.
sure.
But damn, Bret and Owen, man, banger.
Banger after banger.
Right. Chemistry was ridiculous. There's still cage match. One of my
And
favorites.
that talks a lot about Bret. I know we're going off, but remember, he put Owen over and won the title that night against Yokozuna.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Nobody has ever done that in Mania. Put the dude over, went over the same night.
And was
That's
successful
why I
at
kicked
both.
your leg out of your leg.
I love that.
Bro, and then sold the fucking knee injury in the fucking match with Yoko, bro. And continued to sell it after. I'm watching Mania 10, bro, after this pod, bro. Like, I have to. Mania 10 is underrated. It's underrated, bro. Such a good
That
paper.
match should have gotten the first WrestleMania. What is it? The match of the WrestleMania match with him
Hall
and
of
Austin.
Fame? Yeah, the Hall of Fame match.
Oh, yeah. The Hall of
Yeah,
Fame.
there's an argument. There's an argument because that Austin match was awesome, too. But, like, there's an argument for that. You're right. Because that Bret and Owen match was ahead of its time.
Way ahead of his time. Technical.
Way ahead of his time. Yeah, oh, my gosh. Like, he showcased Owen in a way that, like, nobody else did, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And Owen got a chance to be in that spotlight. And like I said, ever since then, it just was like the rocket. No pun intended, but like just was put on his back, bro. Man, shout out to Bret Hart. Shout out to Owen, bro. Owen was ahead of his time, man. I was just watching Owen, honestly, the other day with him versus Juice and Thunder Liger, bro. Like, oh my gosh, bro.
Japan?
Yes. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
He's one of honestly, I have to say he's one of my favorite Hearts. Technical, high flyer.
Oh, just knew it all, man.
I really wish, an unfortunate event happened where he passed away, but I think it was his time to shine when Bret went to WCW, and that would have just took him to the next. He could have been a main eventer.
Easily. And it's crazy because, like, all those guys, Kurt Angles, the Benoits, the Eddies, they were coming like a year later, bro. Like, he missed them by like a year.
Yeah.
And it was just like, yo, could you imagine the matches he would have had, like, with Saturn and everybody? Like, oh, my goodness.
No.
Oh, my gosh, bro. Like, he was moving into a crazy era. Like, oh, my gosh.
That would have been a crazy one. Him and Eddie Guerrero.
Oh,
Fuck
man.
yeah. Jesus. Imagine Bret versus Eddie would have been a banger match.
Oh, man. Damn. Like, oh, my gosh. Sean was... just that was going to be their era, bro. That was literally going to be their era. It's a shame the way things went down. Like... Because we'd have been probably talking about some matches today. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Owen versus Benoit, like, Owen versus Guerrero would have been a killer match, bro. Like, Owen versus Saturn. People sleep on Saturn because he didn't have much time in the company then. You know what I mean?
I love Saturn.
Saturn was ridiculous, man. But
I
Bret
like the
versus
Moppy
Saturn,
character.
bro, like, yeah, man. Yeah.
Okay. I like the Moppy character. I know he's being buried because he fucking shot on Mike Bell.
Yeah, he beat the shit out of a
love
jobber.
the Flock.
No,
Yeah.
that stable was underrated. You had Raven, Kidman, Saturn.
Oh,
What was that big dummy?
Reese.
Reese.
That
Sick
dummy.
Boy.
Sick
Van
boy.
Hammer.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was
man.
a badass stable.
Lodi.
It would have
Oh,
definitely
yeah.
worked. It would have worked today, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. For
They
Scott
got to
sure.
replace
Riggs.
the Wyatt 6 for sure.
Oh, way better than Riot 6. Fuck the Riot 6.
Oh, we finally agreed that the Wyatt 6 is done. Okay, finally.
I thought we discussed this last episode. That we were
I just
kinda
wanted to
over
hear
it.
it again. Like,
Honestly, I said that shit way back in February. Like, I felt as though, like, it was not going to work. It
Not
wasn't
without
gonna
Bray.
work.
Mm-mm.
Unfortunately, like it's nothing against Bo or
Nope.
anybody else. It's an idea that was concocted by Bray. Like, and unfortunately, man, the puppeteer just wasn't there, bro. Like, and they
You think about all the stables. Remove Triple H from Evolution. Remove Ric Flair from the Horsemen. Remove Farouk from the Nation. Remove Brett from the Hart Foundation. You need that main character to
right.
build everyone else. And without Bray, it just wouldn't work.
Or if you're gonna
They
remove
tried.
them,
They
remove
tried.
them with someone like The Rock.
Right.
Like you
Farouk,
gotta have
right?
that personality to replace that other personality.
It's crazy because like The Rock, people don't realize how organically over he's gotten. Like he interrupted, like he was a disruptor in the Attitude Era, like a huge disruptor. Because it was mainly all about Austin. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Mhm.
he disrupted the living shit out of the Attitude Era. Like,
Yeah.
but you know, good. It was good times, man. Good times. Good fucking times, bro.
They
And
were
just
on
like you
fire,
said,
the
bro,
Attitude Era.
they're trying with the Y6. Like I said, I think personally, they should have sent them to NXT. You know what I mean? Like I feel like they'll be a little bit more prominent there. Like, you know what I mean? And they'll have like a much better role and be able to be be able to be showcased a lot better. The main roster is just too stacked, bro. It's
Too
too
much.
stacked. It's too much going on right now for them to even get the light that I feel like they deserve. I think
It
send them to
doesn't help
NXT, bro.
the whole stop and start shit too. I know Bo got hurt, and that's kind of
Right.
why. I guess what can you do with the Wyatt Six without their leader Bo? So I guess that is why they took him off TV, but it didn't help at all.
Right. I like Loomis and Gacy as a tag team, if I'm being honest, though. I do like Loomis and Gacy as a tag team. But I think if they would have went on to like even become a tag team, it would have kind of like the Wyatt Six would have kind of become like redundant after that point. Like, you know what I mean? And almost like you wouldn't even need them. Because I think they have amazing chemistry as a tag team. But
Yeah.
you do need the Wyatt Six. I think sending them to NXT would have been the best idea, in my opinion. Just
let
sending
them get exposure there. Let them fuck up all the new talent because you said it. Too much talent stacked on Raw,
It's too
SmackDown.
stacked, bro. It's too
Just
stacked.
too much, and they're not going to bury their main talent.
No, they're not. It's too stacked right now. Like, I think, like I said, NXT would be perfect for them. They could go up against the Dark State stable, and there's stables down there that they can work with. You know what I mean? And and they'll be showcased a lot better. I think they'll be showcased a lot better down there. And then you possibly bring them back up when you have enough space and when the time is right. You know what I mean, and everything like that. But right now, I just, and it's just my personal opinion. I just don't think the main roster is, whether you put them on Raw, you put them on SmackDown, it's just not going to work. It's not going to work. You got the Bloodline on SmackDown. You got fucking Rollins faction on Raw. It's not going to work.
Yeah.
It's not, unless you have them directly feud with them at some point. But it's just not going to work. It's not. I don't think so. Especially
they could always
WWE.
book a Survivor Series every week. 4 on 4 every week.
Yeah, it's not going to work. Especially with you just having them, and with WWE's like very, very dull tag team division right now, like it's not going to work.
Very dull.
It's not going to work. Send them to NXT, bro. Respectfully.
Their whole tag team division consists of 7 teams.
Isn't that crazy, bro? Isn't that crazy?
They need to get rid of the women's tag team titles.
That's what I'm saying.
It never worked before. If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Like I said, it's all about timing and the space to use certain people in certain areas. Like the main roster is just fucking stacked, bro. It's a victim of a lot of these, like the titles and a lot of teams and a lot of factions, a lot of superstars are like a victim of circumstance right now. So it's one of those things when you kind of look at it and you be like, damn, they're good. The gimmick is pretty dope, but right now it's just not the time. It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Really unfortunate. Shout out to the Wyatt Six, though.
Those women's tag titles are cursed.
Don't regurgitate, Brock. I hate that shit.
It's true, though. It's true. I'm not regurgitating. It's fucking true, and I've been saying this since the beginning. Like every
Has
fucking
WWE ever had
team.
women's tag team titles?
Way back in the day, I think, hasn't it?
No.
Like in the
I don't
50s,
think so.
60s, maybe. I know they had obviously the Fabulous Moolah held the title for like 20 years.
Yeah, she gatekeep the shit out of that
Yeah.
fucking belt. Like,
There was no Intercontinental, there was no United States, but I don't know if they had a tag team title.
I don't think so. No,
They shouldn't have brought it. They shouldn't have put it in.
I think they felt as though like it was a good space, and I do feel like there was a good space. They just didn't prioritize it though.
Yeah.
It's all about prioritizing some shit. You know what I mean? Like they didn't prioritize that. I felt like in many ways they're kind of like, I don't want to say they're doing that with their mid card titles in a way, but like I can definitely see like if you don't showcase those titles properly, they're gonna end up the same exact way as their tag team division. You know what I mean? Like, and it's unfortunate for the women because they don't deserve that shit. Because it's honestly their boom period right now. It's literally the women's. That's my opinion. It's definitely the women's boom period across wrestling. Like, so I think personally, like, maybe
Do you think they should get their own brand, like WoW?
No.
I would try it. I don't see why not. Why not?
There's a lot of. I mean, hey, there's a lot of girls that can go in that on that the roster. Unfortunately, same thing. There's not enough time. You imagine if they had their own dedicated show?
I think it'd be sick. I think it'd be sick.
Yeah. You have more talent being able to pop out, showcase their moves, their promos. That'd be a good thing to do.
You don't think
they're basically doing it on
right?
NXT? I want to hear Brock's reason why you think.
Isn't that what we have Evolve for? Evolve and NXT.
Yeah, but it's one event. They need their own show.
Yeah. But why do you feel like the women will not have
I just don't think it's necessary. I think that's just overdoing the show. It's just a show for a matter of a show. I mean, they've already got a women's pay-per-view that they barely build. I don't think WWE would be interested in doing something, and I'm not interested in seeing an all-women's show weekly. I'm cool with what they've got. It's going to happen.
He's like, Brock's like, I want to stare at the men.
It's going to happen no matter what. You guys keep saying that there's not enough space, there's not enough space, there's not enough space. But that's wrestling. That's wrestling, though. That's period. That's happened forever. And
no,
I'm
talking about like on the main roster, though, like in a sense that like you see exactly how stacked the main roster is. I'm talking about like a whole entire another brand or show just specifically for the women. Like, how would that not work?
I don't think it would. Just personally,
WoW's been doing it for years.
WoW, Stardom, like.
And how big are they, though? They're not. I mean, they're nowhere near a WWE level.
They're big on
they
the
put on
East,
shows every week.
I just don't. It's not a matter of like I don't think the girls deserve it or anything like that. I just don't think WWE would do it right because I don't think they put enough focus into their women's division or their tag team division. I mean, you guys just said their tag team titles, the women's tag title is going to go the way of the men's tag division. It kind of already has. How much focus has the WWE really put on this women's tag division? Who has benefited, maybe aside from like Bayley or the Damage Control girls or Liv? Who has benefited from being a tag team champion, a women's tag team champion?
Monet, and I hate her.
Yeah, Mercedes.
Raquel.
You think Raquel has benefited?
She's a 4-time tag team champion, bro.
But what has that done for her spot? She's got a
literally
decent
just had
spot,
a match.
but she
literally just had a match with she literally just had a match with Ripley. And she's definitely in one of the spotlight factions on Raw. So she's getting TV time. She's definitely getting prominent TV time every week. So
I don't think that has anything to do with the tag belts, though.
She's literally holding the tag titles. She was tag team, but due to the fact that like of injury with Liv Morgan, they were actually a pretty good tag team champions. So
yeah, that's probably the best tag team they've had besides fucking Monet and Naomi. But
I don't know.
I'm just thinking like I don't think she's in this spot because she's a tag team champion. I don't think being a tag team champion is like, oh, because you've been a 4-time tag team champion, we're putting you in this spot now. I don't think it has anything to do with that. She's already had this program previously with Rhea, so it's a built-in program.
On NXT, she's had this spot.
She's had issues with her in main roster. They've had issues before.
It was brief, I think. It was like brief. And as you were talking about, like when she was pretty much with Judgment Day at the time, Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that was brief. Like, but I'm talking about like in a sense like being involved with like actual storylines and stuff like that. Like she was actually doing really well with Liv as the tag team champions. I don't think it's the women's tag team champions that's the issue, and I don't think it's the women that's the issue. More or less, you do have an argument, like I said, with prioritizing, and I said that myself earlier, with prioritizing certain situations, such as the tag team division. Now, if you highlight that and you showcase that a lot more, because at one point they were putting women in the main events, you know what I mean? And I felt as though like when they were elevating women at one point, and a lot of this has to do with Stephanie McMahon, because Stephanie McMahon had a lot more stroke in the company at that point. Mm-hmm. You were seeing a lot more tag team wrestling in the main event, regardless if it was women or it was men. And also you were seeing the women in the main events as well on the main roster. So like it all has to do with priority. I will agree with that. But that's why I said like having the women have their own show. I don't see how that would not work, especially like when NXT is showing you right now that women can showcase and the women can put on for the company. Because like majority of those matches, like 80% of those matches are women. They are showcasing mainly the women. So
I feel an all-women's program would go the way of Speed. Like can't say very few people would see it, but I can't see them promoting it like as something you guys would want as another brand. I think it would just go the way of like a Speed programming.
What Speed?
I watch Stardom, bro.
Bingo! It's a program on X, strictly for fucking X.
I thought you were talking about methamphetamine, but I got you now.
It's specifically a show just for Twitter.
Oh, that's for what Ricochet was champ, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And the title that never appeared on the main roster.
It's not allowed to, apparently.
Wow.
They have a deal with Twitter where that title is only shown on that programming.
Nice.
Wasn't Sol Ruka, didn't she like show the title on NXT one time? The Speed title? Yeah, like I think she showed it along with the North American title.
That'd be surprising because I know for the longest time they did not ever show that title on fucking main roster TV.
Yeah. I think it's all about viewership though right now with WWE. Honestly, they're literally trying to like disturb the algorithm on every platform they can possibly do it on. So it's like, yeah, they're trying to like monopolize media, like media and everything.
They got the money. They took over AAA.
Bro, they're on Tubi. They're on X.
They're doing what's that one that they do for the indies, not the up and coming. They're part of Rikishi's thing, his camp.
The ID, WWE ID.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. They got him. They got a couple. Cody Rhodes is Seth Rollins. They have a couple. I mean, they're looking for new talent all the time.
I think, yeah. I mean, like they're trying to monopolize wrestling. I think for sure. Like for
1980, 84 all over again.
Well, they've got AAA. They've got TNA. Really, kind of, sort of. I mean,
bro, they're trying to monopolize wrestling again for sure. Like for sure. But I think it's just there's too many companies now. There's way too many companies, way too much out there right now. So I'm pretty sure they tried to do it with a bunch of other things. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't try to reach out to Progress like plenty of times.
Yeah.
Like, but they probably just was like, absolutely not. Like, no.
I'm sure they tried to reach AEW, but Tony Khan will never let that happen.
Fuck no.
I think it's going to happen eventually. I think, honestly, truly, a collaboration is going to happen eventually because right now TKO doesn't give a fuck. Like, I mean, if you've seen TNA and WWE have a partnership and they were like fucking going head up at one point on Monday nights, bro, it's definitely not out the question in the future to see something happen. Mind you, a lot of the tribalism has a lot to do with the fucking fans, bro.
Yes.
I mean, competition definitely makes everybody raise their game and shit. But like, honest and truly, I can definitely see like a collaboration in the future for sure. It
happened before. Look at NWA, AWA. I mean, obviously that was one of the main concerns was promoters were like, my guy's gonna go over, your guy's gonna not gonna go over. That was the biggest issue. Right. And I think that would happen with WWE and AEW. You imagine MJF versus I'm just saying Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Right.
Who goes over? Is it a DQ? Is it a smudge? That would be the biggest debate, and I guarantee they wouldn't come to terms.
I mean, but you also got to take into the fact that a lot of these guys will be getting rubs off one another. So, like, regardless of who goes over, I mean, yeah, going over is definitely a factor. Don't get me wrong, but like, regardless of who, like, the lesser talent's always going to get seen by the audience that's not really paying attention to the other. So, like, I do feel as though like everybody benefits from that. Like,
They know it's an old school term. You got to do business.
absolutely, I think business is where it's at, bro. Business first. Business first, regardless of how you feel. I think now they are competing with one another. I think WWE is looking at AEW now as competition. If they didn't, they wouldn't fucking be doing all of these shows around All In, bro. They literally have 3 shows around All In. So, like,
yeah, that's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, they looking
3
at them
fucking shows just to combat All In.
That's insane, bro. Like, I personally feel like right now they're looking at them, and I think since like maybe March, I want to say maybe since March, because they're having an uptick now, like AEW, and I think like they're starting to see their competition, bro. Like it's to the point where I think like WWE now is kind of like on the decline somewhat, but it's like AEW is definitely capitalizing on that, you know, in a way where it's like they're starting to really focus in and lock in on their own product and actually starting to get the wheels going, you know, and figure shit out on their end. And I think like now, like they would have never done that. Like if they didn't look at them like, okay, we're just trying to literally drown them out, which I think they're not. Saturday, let me say this, right? Saturday night main event will get more viewers than All In, only because it is free and it's on a major national network. That's the only reason why. Now, they knew better to put anything on pay-per-view on that same night. So they were smart. It was a smart business move on that end. They can be like, oh, Saturday night main event's gonna, you know, but like All In would have probably annihilated any of the other shows. Like, that's just a fact. Like, I don't think they want to put.
They actually moved their time slot to earlier so they wouldn't have that overrun Saturday night.
But they try. Yeah, it's smart. They know what they're doing. Like, that's what I said. Like, I think with Saturday night main event to go head up with them, like they know what they're doing. Like, they're like, okay, we're gonna put a show on that's free. And I think that's the whole point of the whole Goldberg Gunther thing. I think it was all appeal, bro. It's all appeal.
Yeah.
I know.
100%.
Yeah, it's all appeal. Like, it's going to get more viewers, like I said, than All In. But I do think, like, well, I'm just assuming that it's going to get more viewers of All In strategically because of the way it's positioned. Like, you know, it's a free show. But it's like, I think personally, like, if they would have put, like, Great American Bash or Evolution, it would have. It wouldn't even be close, bro. It wouldn't even be, especially with everything WWE's going through right now with injuries and having to pivot in certain directions. They would have got absolutely creamed, bro.
We're actually going to find out because that is happening. Great American Bash is going against All In.
No, Great American Bash is actually on an earlier time slot.
Oh, they moved that too, huh?
Yes.
Because I know that so AEW was going to go against Saturday night, and then the AEW moved it earlier, and they were going to go against Great American. So now Great American got moved too?
Yes, Great American got moved.
Ridiculous.
Dude, like the only thing now is like Saturday night main event's going to go head up with fucking All In. And
like probably the end of it. Like Saturday night, probably the end of All In might go against like the first hour or so probably.
Well, I think All In it begins at like 8, like 7 to 8. That's their flagship show. Like so
earlier because they changed the time slot because of
where is it at Texas? Is it in Texas again?
Texas, bro.
Yeah.
It's in Texas. Yeah. I think this one was really they were smart about this booking. I think like they, you know, bringing it to the U.S. and everything. Like they were smart about this in the summer.
3 p.m. Eastern, sir.
So 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm still in bed at that time.
So which hour was this one? All In?
That's All In. 12 Pacific, 3 Eastern.
Okay.
I'll be all in bed.
So AEW typically runs like what? 4 to 5 hours?
I'm assuming maybe that's Ground Zero. Ain't that
5
what they call?
hours?
Is it Ground
AEW
Zero?
runs, very long pay-per-views.
Is it Ground Zero?
It doesn't say. It just said that that's the start time.
5 hours? You probably sleep through 3 of the hours of their matches. That's why it's on so long.
Shit, if you can
So
watch
the
that
3-hour
fucking...
show is going to start at 12, and that's going to be probably an hour to 2 hours. So
Holy.
And this is all Eastern?
Pacific.
Okay.
So probably 2 o'clock Pacific it'll start.
Okay. I'm going to watch it. I'm watching
It looks like a good card, honestly.
It is. It's a good card. I think it's a good card. Huh?
Yeah. I'm intrigued by them. I definitely want to check it out.
I watch AEW, so I watch it all. Like, I don't discriminate. I don't discriminate. I watch wrestling, bro. Like, so I think, honest and truly, like, good luck, Great American Bash. Like, good luck. Good luck, bro. Like, if they are going head up, because I could have sworn they like, what did I read this at? Like that at the main show for All In was around like that's between that 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock hour. And they were gonna go head up with Saturday night main event. So like, I mean,
so Great American Bash is starting at 1 p.m.
Okay.
So
And that's gonna be like a 3-hour show.
3 p.m. Eastern. So Great American and All In will be going head to head.
Yeah, good luck.
Nice.
Good luck. I mean, Great American Bash, it has the better chance, in my opinion. Like
The Saturday Night Wars or what?
Basically,
I don't think kids will ever understand the Monday Night Wars.
it was insane.
not kids these days, hell no.
TNT, USA, TBS.
History. History has a way of repeating itself.
They'll never understand from flipping from channel to channel.
Fuck no. Every time there's a commercial next to the
The
other channel.
stress. The
back to the other-
stress.
Oh shit, what's going on this channel? What's going on back to there?
Bro, and do you remember like when Austin was on the rise and the Austin McMahon fucking feud and the NWO still was going? Bro, the stress levels that shit was putting kids through.
Nope.
Which one do I choose?
I didn't know to say too sweet or suck it. Like it was going back and forth. It was good.
It was awesome. It was awesome. It's crazy to see that things like that happen way back then in the fucking ratings they were getting.
Oh yeah. They beat the NBA Finals. They were beating everybody.
Took it right out my mouth. Yo, I was just about to say that. I think Monday Night Raw like crushed the NBA Finals.
Fucking Rodman went to he skipped practice to go to be on Nitro.
Nitro to be part of the NWO.
Yo, they was trying.
Rodzilla.
You know that? I think wasn't that in response. That was in response of the Mike Tyson thing, right? With Stone Cold and Shawn. Yeah, because like I think like they was mentioning that like I think like Kevin Nash was like when he seen Tyson, and the Bischoff was like when they seen Tyson, they was like, oh fuck, like you know because Tyson was over as fuck back then. So man, and they went and got Rodman, bro. Shout out to Dennis Rodman.
They fucked up by getting Karl Malone though. That's what fucked them up.
Yeah.
Hey, but he did do a better diamond cutter than DDP. I'll say that.
What? You're crazy.
They were trying anything. They went and got Jay Leno. They was
Jay Leno. I forgot that was Sturgis.
Yes.
Wow. I forgot about that.
They was trying anything. What's my man from Ready to Rumble? Like, he won the WCW.
King. What was it?
Not the king.
David Arquette.
David Arquette.
Yeah. That's the night WCW died. Did you ever see the interview? He's sitting in the back of the locker room. It's him and Booker T. And they, obviously the word in the locker room is going around, hey, Arquette's going to be our new champ. He's talking to Booker. Hey, Booker, how many times you been a heavyweight champ? Never. Oh. So you got this asshole coming in and about to be the world champion.
He was gassed, too. He was gassed. Oh, my gosh.
He's a professional wrestler now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he tried until Nick Gage got a hold of his ass. Like,
they whooped his ass.
Nick Gage almost literally killed this motherfucker. So, like...
Yeah. They did like a fucking blood match or something. They fucked him up.
Death match. He even said it. Arquette was even saying, like, he was cocky as shit. Going into that. And I guess he told Gage, like, don't do some shit or whatever the case may be. You know how wrestlers are, bro.
You don't do that. No.
Yeah, like, oh my gosh. Like, and Gage almost killed him. Humbled the fucking shit out of him. Like, oh my gosh. And that's the crazy thing. Don't say that shit to, like, it's one thing to say it to, like, just a traditional pro wrestler. To come in and being like, yo, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Can you please let me do this? Bro, to say shit like that to a deathmatch wrestler, like, fucking, it wasn't even just Nick Gage that was like that. Like,
sounds like Farouk and Ahmed. Farouk whooped Ahmed's ass.
Oh my gosh.
You would have think that he would have known the fucking what Nick Gage is all about. Like, come on, dude. The dude's an ex-felon. He had to quit wrestling because he got arrested. He spent time in fucking prison, came back to wrestling, and he's still doing the same shit. He fucks people up, dude.
That's like
He's like
the
a
whole
modern day New Jack, essentially.
I was just about to say, bro. That's like kind of like what New Jack, how New Jack was. Like, remember the whole mass transit incident with New Jack?
Yep.
He fucking
Threw
told
him
New
off?
Jack. Yeah,
No, that was the one he
no.
stabbed him.
That
He
was
fucking
Vince.
cut him up.
What's his face?
Vic
The
Grimes.
fucking the Vince the mass
Vic
transit
Grimes.
incident was like there was a minor. He was a big guy, but he
Yeah.
lied about his age. And I guess he told New Jack in the fucking locker room, bro, like, oh, I want to do this. Can you let me do this? Can you let me do that? He tried to change up some shit, and New Jack beat the living. Oh my gosh! Like
He said he was trying to throw him. He said he was trying to kill him. The only thing that held him was the top rope.
No, it's a
no,
different incident.
that's a different situation. You talking about the
Yeah.
scaffold?
Oh, yes.
Bro, go look up fucking mass transit incident. Matter of fact, go watch Dark Side of the Ring, the fucking mass transit, the New Jack episode.
Mass transit?
Yeah.
Bro, the mass transit incident, bro. That literally happened in Massachusetts. So
The kid told him he knew how to gig and everything, too. I think he told him... No, I don't think he said he didn't know how to gig. I think he asked Jack to gig him.
yeah,
Jack
like to
was
give him some color
All
and some
right.
shit.
I'll give you some fucking blood. All right.
It's like, bro, New Jack literally said, I told Devon, because Devon was supposed to tag with him.
Yeah.
He said, I told Devon to get out of the ring after a certain point. Yo, this dude, New Jack
Devon didn't know what was going on. He kept trying to get back in the ring. He didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Yeah, he didn't know. Like, he just, because he even told him, he was like, New Jack was pretty much like, yo, I told Devon, get out of the ring after a certain point. New Jack was a fucking demon, bro. Like, yo, he was a demon. I'm like, Nick Gage is a motherfucker.
They just like every time he fucking get up to the apron, they just potato him. Like, just stay down.
Oh
stay
my
out of
god,
the ring, dude.
Mustafa body slammed him on his fucking head, bro. It was bad. It
I
was
gotta
bad.
check that shit out.
And it was a minor. That they found out it was a minor afterwards, which was even worse. Like,
oh shit,
fucking New Jack was crazy. Stabbed the motherfucker like doing it. Yo, he was nuts.
It's not the first time he did that shit either. He did that shit to Gypsy Joe too.
Yeah, no, he beat Gypsy Joe with a fucking bat. Like,
what the fuck?
And Gypsy Joe was 70. Like, New Jack was next level, bro. He was fucking next level. Like, oh my gosh. Could you imagine if him and Nick Gage had crossed paths at one point? God, I would have paid to see that. I'm not gonna lie.
Literally a death match.
Literally a death match.
Yeah,
Someone would have
died.
died. Someone would have fucking died in that shit. Like, oh my god. Either that, they would have died, or they became best friends. Like, you know what I mean? Either
I almost killed you. You almost killed me. Hey, we're good.
Go get a fucking bear or something. You know what I mean? Like, just go on a fucking binge and just do the Peter Griffin shit. I feel fucking awesome. Rampage the Indies and shit. Like, yeah, but I wonder when did no, like Nick Gage missed New Jack by some years, huh?
Yeah.
Fuck, man. Like,
yeah, New Jack was out of the game, but I think by the time Gage started getting popular.
Talk about being blackballed, bro. And being like some of the most popular motherfuckers ever. But just blackballed in a way. Like, New Jack was on AEW for, like, he had that match with Jericho and shit. And Jericho bled more than he's ever fucking bled ever. Like, everybody was like, yeah, well, he's never fucking coming back. Like, he's never coming back. We're keeping him the fuck off TV. He's never came. And I think, wasn't Jericho either TNT champion or, like, AEW champion?
I think he was AEW champion at the time.
He beat the fuck, yo. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I know. They was like, yeah, that's a one and done. He's too much. Gage is too much. Damn, y'all got me want to watch some shit, bro. Like, Dark Side of the Ring, WrestleMania 10. Some good shit right there, bro. Some good shit.
Guys, want to talk about some King of the Ring results from the weekend?
Yep. We did our 45 minutes.
I love how we have a structure.
Oh yeah, man. I love retro shit. Whenever we go back, like, it's all talking about all the good shit. All the good shit. Like,
And then we get to the new era. We're like, oh shit, we got 3 minutes left. All right, guys.
This happened. That happened. That guy went over. All right, guys. See you next week.
Well, they're gonna love it anyway. They're gonna love that shit anyway. 30 minutes of some retro shit. They're gonna love that shit.
Oh yeah.
Man, you should have asked Ahmed what it was working with Gold Dust. How that kiss was.
Ooh, you probably had to square up with him right there. Like, you probably had to square up with. He's from the old days, bro. He's from the days like when shit wasn't acceptable. Like, you just squared. What you mean? What you mean? Like, you really asked me that
about
shit?
D'Lo whooping his ass too. Everybody whooped Ahmed Johnson's ass. He went back there and told D'Lo, he's like, it was him and the Godfather. He's like, hey, he goes, don't fuck with me. D'Lo's like, watch this. And D'Lo could shoot. D'Lo dropped him, and they held him there for like, I think about 5 minutes, they said. So they said, hey, all right, let him up.
Bro.
Damn.
Yo, the stories from back then. Shit.
You know, like, that's what I'm, like, honestly, that's why I think The Undertaker's podcast is so popular.
I love it, bro. Straight stories. He doesn't give a fuck. I love the fact that he doesn't do all the shit that has to do with today's. He just straight stories, bro. I could watch Taker shit on like.
And you imagine the shit he hasn't shared.
Yeah.
Because he never talked.
Right.
Like, you imagine his stories. Like, you imagine, remember when WWE was doing story time?
Mm-hmm.
Do you imagine how much shit he's seen from the golden era to the new generation, attitude? I mean, fuck, that guy has 30 years of stories.
Bro, I would have sat there and just listened to that shit. That's why I love them shoot interviews. Honky Tonk Man and them, bro. Some shit. Like,
Honky Tonk is one cool dude. Honestly, I met that guy. Cool fucking dude. He would chop it up with you for like 15 minutes. He's like, hey, you paid for my autograph. You paid for the photo. Sit down, young man. 15 minutes chopped it up with that dude.
That's dope.
That's dope.
Cool fucking dude.
Him and Jake Roberts, bro. Like, I would just love to listen to both of them. All fucking
I would like to do drugs with Jake Roberts. I don't do crack, but we can do other shit.
Yo, oh shit! Why would you? Yo, oh my gosh! Oh no!
Yeah, we're getting canceled.
You gotta cut that out.
In order to get canceled, you have to have 2 references. That's only one.
Hey, yo, shout out to Jake Roberts. Shout out to Jake Roberts.
Greatest DDT ever.
Yes,
ever.
We mean no disrespect.
We love you.
Chris is a lunatic. Like,
I love the DDT and dope.
The DDT and dope.
Oh gosh. All right.
But that dude mentally still has it for the business.
Absolutely.
Great mind. Undertaker gives him so much props, put him over and said, hey, Jake was the one that schooled me. And to get schooled by Jake Roberts, Undertaker didn't say nothing. He says more is less. Look at his character. You imagine if Jake would have never took him under his umbrella. Hey, man, spit to him. Drove with him for miles. Shout out to Jake Roberts. Great mind, worker, you name it, over the top. I wish he would have had that title, even an IC title. That's one guy that deserved the belt. I definitely
said that. I wanted that to happen so bad, bro. I wanted that to happen so bad, but I get it. Like, the guys like him, they didn't need it. They didn't need it, but it would have been awesome as a fan, selfishly, to see it. You know what I mean? Like, it would have been awesome to see it because, like, he understood the psychology of it better than anybody. And I think, like, us as fans, like, we sort of understand the psychology, but not on the levels of pro wrestlers. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like, we understand, like, somewhat of the storytelling. Like, you know what I mean? If you watch movies, you can actually try to use some of that knowledge to try to understand pro wrestling in a sense. That dude, and going back and watching that shit, even, like, watching some of his promos, the ones when he did the promo he did with Gene, I think, with me and Gene, he was, like, in the showers, and then the one he did at WrestleMania, I think it was WrestleMania. Was it WrestleMania 6 or WrestleMania 5? When he did one of the greatest promos ever on Ted DiBiase. Yo, that dude was next level, bro. Jake is another guy who's timeless. You know what I mean? I wish his body would have held up. You know what I mean? Like, and he was more like a Taker, where he could have took that shit into the fucking 2020s. But it just was one of those things where, like, oh man, and it's great that he's still here. Even after all those things, man, Jake, you're a fucking legend, bro. If you ever see this, you are a legend. I'm,
We would
I'm
love to have you on the show
yes.
and at my house.
You're a fucking legend, Jake. You're a legend. Glad I'm old enough to remember your matches, bro. You're a fucking legend.
You remember when him and Taker were feuding?
Yes.
It was his idea for Undertaker to get his hand stuck in the coffin and him drag it. He just put that he put that more fuel to the fire.
Bro, and it was crazy because like all the shit he was dealing with like backstage and everything with him and Vince, he still like did work for Taker. He made sure he put Taker over in a way, even though he was on his way out. Yo, and the way he did it, when you go back and look at that storyline, it was so dope. It was so dope, man. Like that dude's next level, bro. That dude's definitely next level. It's crazy. If I personally, if I was ever to become a pro wrestler, I would absolutely fucking listen to everything that dude says.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. Even as a fan, bro, I would love to just hear his stories, man. Would love to.
Yeah, that dude's legendary, hands down. His stories, same thing. Badass dude.
King of the Ring.
King of the Ring, guys.
Hey man, hey bro, hey, we can just
turn this into all the time.
We can do this. Could just be the retro app, like, you know what I mean? Like, if they would watch this shit. I'm telling you, yo, it's so good. I could discuss that shit all day. But yeah, let's talk about
a little bit current events here, guys. Love that retro shit, but let's get
with only 14 minutes to go. We're gonna talk about the new up-to-date shit.
We'll give it, yeah. Okay.
So we got new King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring. Cody Rhodes and Jade Cargill are your new King and Queen of the Ring, respectively, and will go on to face Tiffany Stratton and John Cena at SummerSlam. 2 nights this year. First ever. Chris, why are you shaking your head? What the fuck, man?
Cody didn't need it. I get it. Obviously, it's a title. He's going to get his title match. He didn't need it.
Cody shit was predictable, bro.
I'll be honest with you. I really thought Sami Zayn really deserved to be King of the Ring this year. I get it. Cody wants his rematch.
Yeah.
But Jade, I think that's going to do... I think that's going to put her over. She needed that push.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
To put her in the main event title.
Absolutely.
Obviously, we know what's going to happen. She's going to go over.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be your new champion.
Cashed in.
Mm-hmm.
That's what do you remember? Like back then in February, I was talking about that the Bianca, fucking Naomi and Jade feud would probably be like the feud of the year because it's been the only real consistent one throughout the year, kind of. So
yeah.
I think like getting all of these girls over, at least at the very least, trying to get Naomi and Jade over to the point where it's like, okay, we're gonna put more emphasis on these three, like, you know what I mean, in that sense. And Jade and Naomi's holding it down since Bianca had gotten injured. You know what I mean? So I think, and I was paying more attention, honest and truly, to the women's after like I seen Cody beat Jay. I was like, respect to Orton. I'm a huge fucking Orton mark, but I was just like,
as soon as you saw Cody in that, advanced, you knew it was gonna happen.
Yeah, because it's just like it's one of those things. It's becoming. I know why it's done. I understand why it's done, but as a fan, it's getting repetitive. Like, you know what I mean?
Very.
Getting repetitive. But I get it from a business standpoint. I completely get it.
Oh, yeah, it's still a draw. That's your money maker.
Yeah,
that's your fucking.
Definitely, definitely. But it's just one of those things. Now. It's getting repetitive. It's to the point now where it's like something has to happen. Like something, there needs to be a pivot at some point. Like, so
finish his story. By the time fucking next year, he's gonna finish the encyclopedia. I get it. I get it. Fucking, I love Cody Rhodes. I'm a fucking mark. But come on, bro. You finished your story. You finished the chapter. You finished the introduction. Goddamn, how many more times do we need a story? I hate reading. It's time for a new it's time for a new book. Fuck.
But I'm locked in on the women right now, bro. If I'm being honest with you, like I've been locked in on the women like since like fucking May. Like, like honest and truly. Because a lot of this shit, like I said, it's repetitive. It's very repetitive. But the women have caught my interest. They caught my interest, bro. So the women's women's Queen of the Ring was actually pretty good. Like the tournament was actually really good. So
yeah, it was.
Shout out to Jade for winning. I think it was much deserved. I think it's needed, honest and truly.
That next step.
Yeah, because I mean, she's the type of person, bro. Like, when she walks into a room, like, you're gonna notice her.
Oh yeah,
She looks like a superstar. So it's like, I mean,
Yummy.
you could say, people could sit here and say, oh, she can't wrestle, she can't say this, she can't say that, man. The whole point is to get motherfuckers talking about you. You know what I mean? Like, and to be polarizing. She's polarizing without even trying. So now they're putting a spotlight on her, and I'll give them props for that. You know what I mean? Shout out to Jade Cargill, man. Good move by WWE.
She has the look. She
definitely has it, bro. She has the attitude, the look. I'm all for it. Go for it, man. Go for it. And they're kind of letting her be herself now too. So, like, shit, let her be as cocky as can be, bro. Let her become the biggest fucking female heel they have. Like, if it turns into that.
Yeah.
Like,
I think
you know,
She reminds me of John Cena. They both can't wrestle, but guess what? They have the look.
They have the look, man.
Hey, John Cena can wrestle low key. He just chooses not to.
5 moves of doom.
Hey man, he got a backpack stunner. He added that to his repertoire. Remember the John Cena U.S. Open? Come on.
John's a great storyteller. I think John's a great storyteller.
She has more moves than Nash, though. With the hair, with the elbow, with the knee, the power bomb. Too sweet. Kevin Nash, I love you.
He had snake eyes. Don't forget snake eyes.
Yeah, that too.
Oh, yeah, Nash did have snake eyes, right? Oh, man. But shout out to Jade. Shout out to Cody.
The women's division is way more interesting than the men's division right now.
Facts, bro.
Especially, like, I don't care about Seth Rollins being Money in the Bank champion right now. I mean, I am way more interested in what Naomi's going to do. Like, when I see Naomi coming out, I'm like, oh shit, here comes Naomi. To see what's going on. I see Seth, and I'm like, oh, it's Seth. Oh, yeah, that's predictable. We figured he was going to come in and try that.
He was the first person that said that stable wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Let me lower myself. Hold on. I'm still
optimistic of it. Like, I'm still going to remain optimistic of it. But at the same exact time, I will agree with the fact that they're doing with the women, honestly, truly, is like a breath of fresh air. Because you have Jade, who just got over. You got Naomi that just got over. You got Tiffany as a champion. You got Lyra involved in a fucking feud with Becky and Bayley. You know what I mean? Like, and then it's like you got the U.S. champion, where now Julia's the champion over there. Yes. You know what I mean? Like, and you got Io Shirai as the like I said, like, they got some bangers about to happen soon. You know what I mean? You got Stephanie Vauquer, who's coming up in the world, bro. You got Rhea. I think she's feuding with Raquel right now. They had a nice match too, I think, at Night of Champions. But yeah, I think the women are killing, bro. That's the only. It's honest and truly right now, like legit right now, the only reason why I'm paying attention, like, is the women. Yeah. The women are killing, and like I said, it's a breath of fresh air for what they're doing creatively. Like, because the men, it's they're trying. They're trying. They're trying, bro. They're trying, but like the women are killing on all, like I said, across the board, bro. They're killing. You know, like, shout out to the women, to women's wrestling right now.
At least the women's storylines make sense. There's continuity. Like,
yeah, man. There's longevity to it.
The whole thing with Goldberg just made no sense. The way they just set it up was just like out of nowhere. There was no story to it. There's no rhyme or reason. And like, he's not even humble about it, you know? He's a fucking old man coming in for his last match. He's like, hey, he talks shit to me, I'm gonna fuck him up. Like, what? Goldberg? You can't even come in and be humble, like, hey man, I wasn't looking for this match. This is my retirement match, you know. I'm just happy to be here. I'm glad that it's my age, somebody going out, that they can get this chance. You know, you could have even had Gunther do a fucking open challenge, something to make the goddamn storyline make sense. You know? Yeah. And then Goldberg's all like, you know, he's saying, I didn't know who I was going to fight. You know, I didn't know that I was going to have this match. But then in the interview with Michael Cole, he's like, oh, I was vying for my last match. But you just said you didn't know you were going to have a last match.
He knew about it a year ago when they signed that contract.
Right. But I think it has a lot to do. It's kind of giving me like the vibes that they did with Rey Mysterio. Remember the entire WWE champion tournament that Rey Mysterio won? And all of a sudden, like, that same night, they kind of had John Cena take it off of him. Because John was pretty much going to be a placeholder for CM Punk.
Yeah.
It was kind of like giving me the same vibes like when Gunther beat fucking Jey Uso for the title. You know what I mean? Like, okay, we're just going to do a extremely hard pivot.
The only reason was just because of Goldberg. That's it.
Yeah, it was literally for the marquee and nothing more. It was literally a business move. It had nothing to do with Jay. It had nothing to do with anybody else. It literally was just for Goldberg. It was for the marquee.
Yeah.
Once again, they're trying to like take up that Saturday, and they're trying their best. Like, okay, Gunther versus Goldberg ain't just going to be enough. You got to have them do it for the title. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, you're going to have to halt Jey Uso's run for a minute, but this is what it's got to be. So, I mean, it raises questions, especially what do you do with the Money in the Bank right now, especially with Seth Rollins, you know what I mean, looming and stuff like that. There's always a thing with that. I mean, because you can't have Goldberg going into fucking SummerSlam as champion, bro.
No.
Or, like, I mean, yeah, you can do it with Gunther, but, like, you can't have Goldberg in there as champion.
Like I said, the only way I'm going to accept Goldberg even winning that title is if Seth comes out and cashes it.
Right.
That's it. Like, Goldberg cannot be a champion for long term. He can't even fucking
if he
do
does?
it. If he does, then fuck. I mean, not much we can
What
do.
happens if that's another swerve from the WWE creative where, hey, guess what? We just got fucked, and now Goldberg is your heavyweight champion.
Then I'll be a complaining ass fan like everybody else. Like, honestly, true, I just would never fucking watch Raw. I would only watch Raw when the women are on, bro. Easily. All the men would have to suffer for that shit. Like,
they would have a lot of angry fans on their hands if they did that.
Yeah, like they're already kind of like in limbo. Like, I think if they did that, like, and frankly, I don't think TKO gives a shit. Like, because I don't know if you heard, they already like raised the prices on the fucking NXT tickets. I think at the bare minimum for a 770 fucking. The site is supposed to hold 770 fucking fans, bro. Like 770 plus fans. At the bare minimum, tickets are $250, damn near.
Damn.
They fucking skyrocketed. So, like, I don't know, bro. And I'm hearing, like, they haven't sold out. So,
Wow.
770, and you haven't sold out yet.
That's bad.
Speaking of not selling out, I hate to say it. Have you heard about Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff's new promotion?
Ooh, terrible numbers.
That was like months ago. What happened?
They had their
they
first
only
show.
sold, like, the venue holds, like, what is it, 40,000 or something, 30,000?
Yeah.
They've only sold like 800 tickets. I'm like, I don't know, brother. Wasn't a good move, brother.
And then he also wants to open up a bar or like a restaurant across from Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, well, I mean, that will do. But I mean, come on, bro. Like,
Bro,
I love Hogan, but
That was so terrible. It's a terrible idea too. He's trying to make like pro wrestling into freestyle wrestling. I guess that's what the point is. It's not even going to be like just an all amateur like freestyle wrestling program. He's trying to make
up, brother.
He's going to do like storylines and shit.
Yo, this is crazy because like
this toy's really buff.
Also, like they're not just there. So they're just pretty much not going to go no rehearsing, no nothing. You're just going to go in there and just fucking wrestle. And
I think it was supposed to be like a wannabe UFC freestyle wrestling, but you have UFC. You can't compete with that. You know, I get it. You want to bring that wrestling culture. You need stories.
Right.
It's just going to be. There's nobody can compete with UFC. Nobody can compete with TKO. Hulk Hogan.
I just look at that. They have a track record too. So like, you know, Bischoff
They killed WCW. They killed TNA.
They almost killed TNA. They damn near almost killed TNA. Left them fucking.
The only good thing that came about that was they got rid of that stupid ring.
Six-sided ring?
The six-sided ring? I thought that was their identity, bro. Why? You didn't like the six-sided ring?
The fuck? How do you throw someone in the turnbuckle? Like, here, throw me. No, this one. Fuck, I need 4. That should confuse the shit out of me.
The whole point, the six-sided ring is what made them pretty much very unique, one, and two, it brought their viewers. You know what I mean?
Also,
so, like,
apparently a lot of the fucking boys and girls hated that shit. They fucking
AJ Styles said he hated that shit.
He said he hated like the canvas. The canvas was super hard and everything like that. Told Angle, he's like, bro, I'm never taking a suplex off that shit again. Don't run up there and try it again. Like, but he said overall he was mad that they changed, like back to the 4-sided ring. But he's like, I remember, like, okay, it feels a lot better in the 4-sided ring than the 6. He said, but he loved the identity.
Mm-hmm.
that they
It made them
had. Like,
different.
it made them different. So I respected it. Like I liked it. I liked that era of TNA, and their roster was deep as shit. Deep as shit. How the fuck you fuck that up? Like how? How do you fuck that up, bro? Like
Hogan.
he brought in Nash and fucking Scott Hall and all his fucking.
All his
I'm like, what?
boys.
Yeah, like
He
what
brought
the
the
fuck are
Nasty
we
Boys.
doing, bro?
He
I'm
brought
like,
in Bubba the
bro.
Love Sponge. Come on.
And this always happens with companies, right? Like they eventually start signing WWE talent and shit, and it kind of like ends up tanking, kind of like your company or whatever, in a way. So I'm like, but we have that now, like with both companies. Like when you look at one company and it has a WWE guy holding the flagship, like for their company, as in John Moxley. And now you got Cody Rhodes, who's a fucking clearly a guy that helped create AEW, who's the flagship guy for WWE. You know, so it goes both ways, bro. It goes both ways.
Did Cody sign he can't disclose anything for AEW because him and Khan got into it, right?
Did him and Khan get into it?
He said he would never mention it or he would never talk about it.
It's possible. Well,
He
yeah,
probably
it's possible.
had an NDA. He couldn't get into the specifics, I think.
Yeah, because you imagine it was him, Omega, the Bucks. They started AEW, and obviously
He can't get into any like logistics of him being VIP or.
So you imagine, hey, this guy. It's true. He built that company. I don't give a shit. Obviously, you had the great minds like Omega, the Young Bucks, but Cody designed that company to compete with WWE.
It was Cody's name.
Big time. You imagine the fucking the knife Khan had to pull out of his back because he's like, this motherfucker starts it, goes to WWE, becomes one of their fucking biggest stars, and now they're trying to put me out of business. Which, like I said, I don't think it's ever going to happen, but they are kicking their ass still. But you imagine to sit back and say, damn. This is the same thing with Hogan. When Hogan went to WCW, Vince was like, wow, he goes, you can go to any other company, but you won't wrestle. That's why he got into acting. So you imagine when your top star goes to another rival company, how much that hurts you, how much that hurts your fans, how much your fans are going to that new company. I mean, it's nuts to think about that.
Wasn't there rumors also about the fact that they were signing CM Punk as the reason why he also wanted to leave as well? Because, I mean, even with Cody leaving, they still was doing really good numbers because CM Punk was there. So, I think, a lot of that had to do with Punk as well. Because, a lot of people did. I mean, a lot of people wasn't feeling Punk. There was some of the young cats that was fucking with him because they looked up to him and shit.
Yeah.
But a lot of them cats were, I'm like, I get it. Jealousy is a thing. I'm not saying there were people that were possibly jealous of him, but there were people there that legit didn't fuck with him because of past fucking instances and stuff like that. I don't think he was a victim in every single situation. You know what I mean? There was reasons. Even when he came back to WWE, there was people in fucking WWE kind of looked at him sideways. You're a fucking cancer, dude. We know what you're about, bro. You know what I mean? And I think, even Rollins even said it, and it's true. It's definitely true. He tried to fucking pretty much tank the WWE when he left.
Yeah.
He tried. He damn near almost did it. You know what I mean? So, I mean, in hindsight, we already know whoever he signs to, he's going to fucking shit on that the opposite product. So I think, and it was risky for AEW to sign him. I knew for a fact right off top when I found out CM Punk, I was like, no fucking way he's coming back. And then when he came back, I knew, I was like, there's going to be some bullshit that one. Because that Cole Cabana interview and everything else that I've heard about CM Punk over the years, whether it was true or not, I was like, there's going to be a lot of shit that he's going to run into. And I don't think this is going to go as smoothly as everybody thinks this is. Then when he got there, the entire, fucking, the vibe changed. It just changed instantly.
They had to give him his own show.
Great show. Huh?
They had to give him his own show. They had to split the roster.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Imagine you have to fucking split your own roster because of one guy.
But they had to do it because he was the fucking draw. They didn't have Cody anymore. He was the fucking draw, bro.
We have SmackDown because of The Rock.
Right. But it wasn't that wasn't the reason because him and Stone Cold had issues and shit.
No. Yeah, no. But same mind thing.
No, but
You know,
that was
hey,
Yeah.
that's to make The Rock a star. The whole reason
Yeah.
they literally just put Punk on Collision only because he couldn't get along with half of the fucking locker room.
you know
Yeah.
what? That's where they fucked up because guess what? Khan, as the owner, promoter, should have said, "Hey, you fucking do business."
You do
And that's
business,
the end
bro.
of it.
Yep.
You do
He
business,
caters way
but
too much to the fucking
Look at
boys.
Vince.
Yeah,
he's
Hey,
not
if
doing
you
it
didn't fucking
anymore. I don't think
you didn't
but-
listen to the boss, aka Vince McMahon, you got the fuck out of the you got
Yep.
kicked out of
Right.
WWE quick.
And I'm not listen. I'm not trying to make like excuses for Khan and shit. You got to
Yeah.
take into account that Khan was a very much a brand new promoter at the time.
Yeah.
So he's going to try to, and as a businessman, he's going to try to keep whatever brings the money. So I think
Yeah.
like he did cater to Punk in sense, and in that instance, but it's just like one of those things where you kind of look at it like, damn, bro, like you. I don't think he does it anymore because it almost seems like he don't give a fuck anymore. Like if you got an issue with him, he'll sit you the fuck out. Like just like how WWE would do. You know what I mean? Like or Vince. Like, but I do think like it was one of those situations where like Cody left, and it just was like, okay, like now I got this guy. I got to try to keep this guy happy because Omega was kind of like hurt for a bunch of the time AEW has been relevant. You know what I mean? Like he's been in and out, bro, dealing with injuries. He literally like he was carrying a company at one point throughout the pandemic. Like Omega and Moxley was carrying that company.
Yes.
So like I think like when it came down to it, like Omega really wasn't. Omega kind of like just got back, and then all of a sudden like all this shit kind of happened with Punk. So I think like just to keep Punk happy or whatever the case may be, he kind of caters because I don't think fucking Collision would have been a thing. Like you know what I mean? Maybe down the line he would have probably ended up doing something because he was signing so much talent and he was trying to make like more shows for so everybody can get more exposure. But that show was literally made because he couldn't get along with certain talent, and the signing of Punk fucking divided the locker room from what I'm hearing too. Like so,
Yeah.
that dude's polarizing. Like I said, like it's one of those things where I don't think it's happening in WWE because frankly they don't need him, and at the time they didn't really need him at all. Like so,
But
you
did you see the interview with Nick Khan?
with him and Steph.
No, with him about he actually commented on CM Punk. He's like, he is not a cancer to the locker room. He goes, he's actually. I mean, obviously it's a different Punk too. You imagine 20 years has gone by, roughly. He's older now, but Nick Khan said, hey, he's doing stuff for the younger guys. He's sitting down talking to them, so it's a different mindset now. He is older, but it's just I don't know. I think it was just too many young dudes over there.
I just
Tony
think he's
Khan
forced
was
to be
a
in his
fan,
best
not a
behavior.
promoter, not a business owner. He's a fan.
I just think
Now-
he's forced to be in his best behavior, bro. He's forced to be on his best behavior.
Maybe.
That's what we
Because
love to think.
that he's not that far removed from AEW being on. Like he was on there fucking doing wild shit. It wasn't that far removed. It wasn't that far removed. Like that was literally like
There was
2-3
nobody
years
in
ago.
AEW to keep him in check, and there was no incentive to
Right.
keep him in check.
Yeah,
absolutely.
He was their top draw,
Mm-hmm.
so he could do whatever he wanted. He knew.
He can't do that in
You gonna
WWE.
get rid of me? You fucking top draw.
When you got fucking Jey Uso, Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Seth Rollins, and all these guys
they
that are
don't
top
need Punk.
stars, you don't need him. Like,
Punk
you know what I mean?
needs WWE more than they.
He's
need
a
him.
great addition.
Big time.
He's a great addition, but they were killing it before he even came.
Yep.
So like they kind of found their own way before they can like. And Roman's an absolute mega star. So like it's not like. Granted, they'll feel it a little bit if he left, but they'll bounce back, bro. Like
it
it's
won't
not
hurt.
like
it won't scratch the glass.
no, you just move fucking some guys like LA Knight in them and to that spot, and they'll be fine without him. I think AEW was hurt without him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like I think like with WWE is a different case. He knows for a fact they don't need him.
Yeah.
They do not need him. Like so. Especially with fucking, like I said, Jey Uso, bro, and all these guys. Man, there's too many over guys in WWE, like, on that level. So, like, yeah, like, he knows he got to be on his best behavior, too. He knows it. He knows it. You think he be doing this shit with Cena the way he's been doing?
Jesus,
Punk life.
drug
Yo.
free,
This is
Y'all-
punk
okay. I'm gonna
thugonomics.
say this right
basic
now. Y'all know,
punkonomics.
dude. All right, so do you believe me now that this is a fucking rib? It got to be a receipt or a fucking rib. Or something like it has to be. That's that proves he came out in there and just dressed like I was like, this is not happening. This is not because this is so against what he does. I get it, like being a good sport. Maybe he is enjoying himself or whatever the case may be. But I'm like, bro, come on. What the fuck?
This is not a CM Punk thing.
What the fuck are we doing
Hey,
here?
he flowed. He said, "I'd be mad too if they brought back your ex." That was comedy.
Bro,
that was that jab, like, too soon.
All written.
I just.
Hey,
it was so
he can't
written.
flow. He's not John Cena.
But that's
Bro,
the thing. He shouldn't be trying to be John Cena. That's the point me and Cal are trying to make. Like,
Hey,
that segment
it's a
should have
rib.
never
It's
happened.
a rib.
It
Obviously,
has to
we're
be.
not. I don't see the doctor of punkonomics evolution at more and more every week. It was one of those. Here you go. Take it or leave it.
I don't even want to say
It was
anything
very
bad.
PG Punk is what it was.
What he looked like.
Bro, he
I
couldn't
was
even
like-
get his lines out. He stumbled over his fucking lines.
Oh, and they said that a WWE like edited heavily during that segment too.
Jeez.
He said it, and then like they kind of like they integrated like some of like the CM Punk cheers during that time when he came out because they were fucking booing him and shit.
I
Like
think Punk's
so.
losing his touch. I think he's losing his touch.
No,
I don't think so. I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
He freestyles. Obviously, that was out of his box. That's why they had to write him. I mean, if he would have maybe tried to freestyle, maybe it would have came off a little bit better. But he's good at
I don't even think it's not the freestyle thing. I just think he's lost his. I don't think it's like.
Punk,
I can't say
this
Punk
comes,
himself
bro.
has lost his touch. No, let me get this. It's not that Punk has lost his touch. It's he's lost his touch in WWE right now because
think
he's
so.
not.
I'm going to disagree.
We
I don't
discussed
think
this,
so.
Cal. We discussed this. This is not the CM Punk we know. He's PG
No, it's
Punk.
not,
He's being
but-
corporate Punk.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Corporate.
There's a lot of shit that's being
corporate
written.
punk. I like that.
I do think that no, what we were saying was the fact that I do believe that a lot of the shit that he's doing is scripted. I'm not going to say it's not. He's definitely placating to the fucking his bosses and everything else going on. You could see what's going on right now. But
That's why
at
I'm
the
saying
same
he's
time,
not the Punk that we know. This is
But
not
he
the
didn't
CM
lose-
Punk.
but he didn't lose like any sort of
No, that's the wrong wording. I didn't say can't say he's lost his touch. He's not. We know Punk can fucking out fucking promo anybody when he wants to on any day that he wants.
like
to.
so.
But he is not being able to.
I don't think it's authentic. Let's just say that he's not being
There we go.
authentic.
Perfect.
You know what I mean? Like he's definitely not being authentic, and I don't think like he's lost the touch. The fans could see it's bullshit.
Yes.
The fans could see it's bullshit. We wouldn't be talking about this shit right now if we didn't think it was bullshit. What's going on? Like, because we know exactly who he is. I think. Don't get me wrong. I do feel as though like he's probably in a good place. You know what I mean? Where he's actually willing to conform in this way and being like, all right, cool. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just gonna have some fun with it. It could be that. It could be that. But it looked like he's, you know, he's brown nosing, bro. Like it looks bad. You know what I mean? Think about it. He does all the cheap pops now. Oh, we're in. You know what I mean? Like we're in Tampa, Florida. Like to the crowd and shit. How about my friends in Tampa? Like when the fuck you ever know him for? Like unless he's in Chicago. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's a bro. Like now he's being a typical. Like even MJ. You know what? I'm not even gonna. Nah, even MJF mentioned it on AEW. Remember, he was like, "Yo, you're being like the prototypical, like, oh, insert this." Do you remember he cut the promo on Punk? He's an insert. He's like, "Oh, welcome to insert certain city." Like, he's like crazy. So he's like, "Oh, insert boss's ass." Like he just kept saying wild shit. Like, yeah, he called him PG Punk like years ago, and it's a fact, bro. Like he's definitely. Like playing it up for sure. So this ain't something that I don't think we haven't seen because he did it in AEW when he first came back.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He was playing it up like he was being I guess you want to say he was being an ass kisser, bro. And everybody was calling him out on it. Everybody in AEW was fucking shooting on him for it. What the fuck are you doing, bro? Like you know what I mean? Like you're just. And MJF pretty much was very vocal about it. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. Like I said, it's not who I'm used to seeing.
Yeah.
But I get it. You know, get your money, Punk. Get your fucking money.
He's getting paid.
Yo, I want to say something so bad at what the fuck he looked like, bro. Like,
Say it. We don't hold back here.
nah,
If
I
we
ain't
get
gonna go.
canceled, it's probably going to be because of me. But go ahead.
All right, I'm not going there. I'm not going there. I think most people see exactly what he looked like, bro, with the backwards hat and the fucking baseball cap, the top, just looking old as fuck. Like, I'm like, yo, oh my gosh, Punk, why? Why
He looks
did you
like
do
the
it?
meme with fuck, I can't remember that guy's name, but you know the meme where it's the old guy with the skateboard. He is hello young children or hello young cool kids or whatever the fuck it is. You guys see the meme?
Nah, I
No, it's
never
a
seen
fucking
it.
famous actor. He's like an older actor, but he's kind of hip. And it's just a
Yeah.
picture of him. Like he's in a character in a movie. He's
Yeah.
trying to play a young role, and like the meme is like obviously he's an old guy and he's saying trying to be like cool, like hello you cool kids, you know.
Yeah.
I'll find it. I'll post it. It's a famous actor.
Well, I'll still be 90, hopefully, rocking Jordans. I'm always going to be the old man.
Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely. There's no age limit on sneakers, bro. Like, nah, never,
Ever.
ever. Rocky sneakers. It's a different age now. 40-year-olds watch Jordans, bro. Like,
we got adult money now.
I wonder if that's just for regular society or not, bro. Because everybody who's older, honest and truly, who are celebrities, rock Jordans and shit. Like, I'm not gonna give my shit up. Fuck society. Like,
Yep.
you're too old to be doing. Nah, fuck you. Like, I'm not doing that. Like,
Yep. Until they chop off my legs, I won't wear Jordans. I'll still wear them on my hands, though. I don't give a fuck.
nah, absolutely not. I absolutely refuse to give up my childhood. You understand me? Like, I'm gonna watch wrestling. I'm gonna be fucking I'm gonna read comics. I'm gonna fucking wear my sneakers. I'm doing all that shit. Like, I'm gonna have fun.
Yeah.
You got one life to live. Have fucking fun. Like,
I want to touch on probably the most surprising thing that happened out of fucking Saudi Arabia this weekend. At least for me, I think Solo Sikoa winning the U.S. title. Was not expecting that to happen whatsoever, honestly. And if you fucking said it, don't say it, Cal. Don't tell me you saw it coming. Don't tell me you saw it coming. You didn't see it coming, damn it.
I've been telling you, Solo been killing it.
Yeah, but I didn't expect for him to fucking.
Was it Chris? I think Chris was on the pod with us. Did I have not been telling Solo been killing it?
He's been killing it.
We all been saying Solo been killing it. I just did not expect him to be sucking Jacob Fatu at fucking Night of Champions. I just didn't expect that.
No, I didn't.
I'm not against it at all. I like it.
Did you hear the rumor though?
What's that?
Jacob Fatu brings Zilla in finally.
Oh fuck yeah, that'd be dope.
And that's the rumor going around that he possibly might be signed to WWE and they're not saying nothing. Now you bring in Zilla to go at it with the new tribal chief. That's a good way to bring him in.
But isn't Lance Anoa'i also talking shit too? Like they're talking this whole thing talking about Lance online too, right?
Lance is signed. I think he's just injured.
That's the big one, right?
No, that's Hikuleo.
It's Hikuleo. He made a debut.
The fuck are all these Leos? Tangaloa, fucking. I'm getting confused and shit.
Well,
fucking
you're
Moana.
gonna get even more confused because they're gonna call him Talatonga.
What the fuck? Next, you're gonna hear Moana, Lilo, and Stitch. I mean, come on, bro.
They're in there. What did I tell you? I said WWE right now. The Bloodline are in their own
bubble.
Fucking bubble. Like they're in their own bubble. They don't feud with nobody else. It's just they're gonna keep bringing in more fucking Samoans.
They could just have their own stable called the Loas. I'm like, come on, like get over this shit. Fuck.
Fucking Bloodline, bro. That's crazy. There's so many of them. There's fucking so many of them.
And you think about it, back in when, in the 90s, Vince said he had too many Samoans and there was only 3. That's why Yokozuna was now
Japanese.
then a sumo wrestler, because they had too many Samoans. You had the head shrinkers, Alpha, and he said that was too many. And now WWE is full Samoan.
Yeah,
but then they also had but they had Barbarian too there at the time, right?
But it was him and Ming, but the first ones were the head shrinkers, the Samoan Kid, and the Alpha. What was it? And that was
Wait a minute, are we talking about the 80s or are we talking about the 90s?
90s.
Yeah, because they did have Barbarian there because he was tag member. They had Samu, they had Barbarian.
Wasn't he with the Warlord?
Yeah, but no, that and also he tagged with Fatu as the new head shrinker. Remember, they had got rid of Samu, I think, due to like drug situations and stuff like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but they had tagged him with like Fatu at the time. He was like the new head shrinker. Yeah, like he was the new head shrinker. So there was some Samoans there. They had Jimmy Snuka still there. Like so. I mean, there was some Samoans still there, bro. Bro, they're
That's
fucking
crazy. Now they're just that family's killing the industry. There's one royal family. That's one big family right there.
That's a big ass family. It's a big.
There are more than one royal family.
Chris, what's the biggest family in pro wrestling?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna say the Anawai, the Fatus,
go ahead.
The Johnson.
I stand on this shit too. But
Peter Maivia.
Yo, go ahead, keep going.
They're all cousins. They're all distant cousins, blood cousins.
Bro, I'm standing on what I said to Brock that day we had it's the fucking McMahons, bro. The McMahons are the fucking family of pro wrestling.
They've only had 3 generations.
I don't give a shit. At the end of the day, like, if it wasn't for them, think about it. If it wasn't for them, we're gonna act like the McMahons and hold shit down. Nah, chill.
No. Hey, that's the reason why those belts are hanging, because of that man right there.
Yo, it's the most powerful family ever in pro wrestling, in my opinion. The most powerful, easily. That is the wrestling family.
Yeah,
I agree with the NOIE family, all the Samoan cats and everything like that. But, bro, the McMahons, yo, come on.
I'll say the McMahons are the most powerful, but not the biggest. In terms of size. You know
who's the biggest?
You're talking about like members and everything like that.
Well, hey, what about the NOIE family? Is fucking everywhere in wrestling. They're literally everywhere.
What about the Hart
discussing
family?
Like semantics now? Like, yo, who's more powerful than the McMahons? Ever. Like,
but
at the end
I
of the
never
day.
said powerful, though. I just said biggest.
The biggest wrestling, the biggest wrestling names ever in pro wrestling are the McMahons.
The Harts.
Family.
The Harts.
The McMahons. Like, easily.
Every brother was a fucking wrestler. Their sisters married wrestlers. Their kids are wrestlers. Their grandkids are wrestlers. The Harts.
Yeah, well, the Onawai sisters are wrestlers.
Damn. and that brings us to the next episode, the families of wrestling.
Dude, we should do one. We should do a
we're definitely going to do one. We're definitely going to do one, but I stand on that. The McMahons, they are pro wrestling, bro.
They're at the top of the mountain.
Bro, they're literally at the top. Like, this
but shout out Solo Sikoa. I see big things for him. I'm happy he won the U.S. title.
Definitely.
I was just shocked. I just didn't expect it so soon, but I could see it. I can definitely tell. I don't think Jacob needs that title.
No.
See this video, comment down below. Who was the biggest wrestling family? Whatever, like the most popular wrestling family, the biggest wrestling family, the most powerful. When you think of wrestling, who is the family that comes to your mind?
It's
gotta be the McMahons, bro. It gotta be the McMahons to me.
You know what we should do in the next episode? Families that succeeded and families that did not succeed in wrestling. David Flair.
Yeah, but that's like one person out of the family that didn't succeed. How can you say that's a Charlotte Flair's a huge star? Rick was a huge star?
And David Flair was remembered for
but then you
Stacy
can't say
Keibler. That was it.
But then you can't say the Flair family failed.
I said one member failed.
You want to talk about failed members?
Look at The Rock.
Teddy Hart.
Teddy's
one of the biggest fucking what ifs ever. Like, and Bruce and all of them are only in fucking Canada. You can't really. Stampede wrestling was a thing, in Canada. They didn't do shit really in the U.S. Maybe on a territory level, but they didn't do nothing like in the mainstream. Like, they didn't fucking.
At the Calgary Stampede, but that was about it.
No, at the Survivor Series.
There you go.
The Survivor Series. When Sean had to replace fucking Jerry Lawler because Jerry Lawler was.
Or Brett's match against Vince.
That's when I kicked my leg out of my leg.
Oh shit!
Nah, but this
not
this
yet.
bloodline thing, it's man, it just doesn't stop, bro. Every time we think it's going out, nope, there's another guy. Here's
It's
another part of
crazy
the story.
it's
Another
crazy
Loa.
because they're all successful. Like,
Yeah.
can you name like a Samoan that wasn't successful in that bloodline at least? Bro, like all of them made money, huh?
Probably the least successful that I can think of is Rosie.
Oh, what's his name? What's the other brother? Yokozuna's brother.
Which one?
The L.A. Smooth.
Oh, L.A. Smooth? Yeah, he didn't really do a whole lot.
He didn't do anything. The only reason I know him because he came out of the documentary. Like I didn't know who he was.
Them, the dude from like the Deuce and Domino, like
Jake Snook's son.
Sim
Snuka.
Yes, him. That fool was fucking a wannabe Elvis.
Oh, and
dude,
Manu.
that's like fucking 3%. That's like 3%, like of like the entire fucking family.
That might be 1%.
We forgot about Manu, man. He was part of Legacy.
Yeah, but it wasn't even last that long. It's unfortunate because he probably could have contributed in some other way, but but it's like 1%. It's literally like 1%. They're fucking
they're still holding that 99.9%.
Easy, bro. easy too. Like easy. They've been winning since the 80s. Like
no, before that, with Alpha and Sika. Well, Peter Maivia.
Well, Peter Maivia, yeah, true. My bad.
He was in I think the 60s or 70s.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm talking about like in a sense like mainstream, right?
Yeah.
No, but there's Peter Maivia. He was the pioneer. Like respect to Peter Maivia. Like but like when WWE pretty much like when pro wrestling became mainstream, the Wild Samoans, right? It was either the Wild Samoans or Tonga Kid. You know what I mean? The Haku and them. Like I think like they started pretty much like
Snuka,
definitely Snuka. You know what I mean? So, God, that's such a fucking. They're second.
Super fly.
They're second. I'll give you that, Brock. They're fucking second. Like I'm not giving you number one. I absolutely refuse to give you number one. All right, put it like this. No, I can't even say that because I was gonna say if The Rock becomes a billionaire, then you got a huge argument. But Vince McMahon's like 9-10 billion in the fucking.
What if Rock takes over TKO?
You might have an argument there. You might have an argument.
That's not even a yes. That's just an argument.
You might have an argument.
All of them will be wearing the titles. Every single one of them.
If The Rock literally takes over TKO, he can supersede Vince McMahon. Like
he has the mind as well. He knows the business. He has the mind. He's been molded. His grandmother was a promoter.
And he's super young enough.
His mother was a promoter, like,
What is The Rock, like 51, 52? He's actually young enough to actually, like, become richer than Vince. So, like...
Oh, yeah. Different timing now?
Yeah. He's closing in on $1 billion. So, like, he's like 800 right now. He's fucking bro.
And that dude is fucking humble. Coolest fucking dude.
Damn.
Cool dude.
You met The Rock?
Oh, you never heard my story? I don't know if we have time. Do we, Brock?
No, I never.
We got enough time. We'll wrap it up after this little story here.
So, out of everybody, met The Rock. I used to do security when I was like 19, 20 years old. That's when he first started filming Be Cool.
Okay.
So, walked up and I'm like, hey, man, I never do this. I go, I can get in trouble for this. If I ask you for an autograph, he goes, nah, what? No, don't worry about it. What's your name? I go, it's not for me. It's for my grandma. He goes, your grandma? I go, dude, she watches wrestling because of you. He's like, no way. So here comes the producer, walks right up to him. Hey, Dwayne, we got to go. Okay, cool. He goes, catch me later. Walks away. The night's over. I don't see him. Get a call back. Hey, they want you guys out there again. Go out there. So I'm standing about 15 feet away, just like this in the corner. He comes up to me. Walk with me. I haven't forgot about your grandma's autograph. And I was
That's cold. That's cold.
24 hours have passed. You got to think how many phone calls, how many meetings, how many conversations he had.
And he remembered you.
And he remembered. He goes, man, I got to give my grandma a call. And
That's
I
tough.
still have that autograph to this day. You know, hands down, that dude is cooler than shit. He's done stories on TikTok where he gave a cop a brand new truck. He's given what was his manager, the one that Harvey Whippleman. Obviously, not a lot of people don't know. Harvey Whippleman and him were like that. He used to watch him when he was in Memphis. Yep.
He used to watch him. You took that. I was just about to bring that up.
Gave him a brand new truck. I mean, dude's just humble. Like I said, if that story ever got out, that's a story that needs to be told about The Rock. 24 hours later, still remembered my grandma.
That's
hey,
fire.
Come walk with me. I'm gonna sign it. Like that's crazy. Fire.
Shout out to The Rock, man. That's dope as shit. Yep. Mega star, dude. Mega fucking star. And he remembered you, bro. Shout out to The Rock.
Support that dude forever.
And he was a mega star then too.
Except for Doom, that movie sucked. But anyway,
damn, you just such a dope story. It's like,
he agreed with it. He goes, I should have never done Doom.
Shout out to The Rock. That was dope, bro. That was dope.
Hands down, cool dude.
Well, that's gonna do it for this episode of the Junkeez podcast. SummerSlam's shaping up. We got Road Cena on the card, number 2. You still got Jade Cargill going for that championship, and Naomi's lurking in the background with that Money in the Bank. She's ready to cash in.
A lot of shit to look forward to.
A lot coming up in the wrestling world. Hopefully, WWE gets their shit together with that main event scene.
We'll get it together. You know what I mean? Just give him a chance. Give him a chance. Keep
I'm still trying to give AEW a chance, but hey.
Fucking just watch it, Chris. Like,
I talk all this shit. And I haven't watched it since like the very first episode. I think.
Stupid as shit. Just watch it. Just give it a shot. Just give it a shot. I promise you, it's good. It's been doing good. It's been doing good.
Even with all that going on, we're still trying to figure out what the hell Ron Killing's character is.
He's feuding with Alistair, and it's exactly what was going to happen. Alistair's going to the main event. I think he's going to be in the main event scene soon. And I think they're using R-Truth to give him that rub to go into the main event scene right now. So shout out to Alistair Black. Shout out to Truth. But
Lots coming.
I don't think they're going to. Hopefully they don't fuck this up with Truth. But shout out to Al. I'm not mad at the whole thing with Alistair Black. I'm not mad at all.
Thanks for sticking with us. Don't forget to leave a like, drop a comment, hit that subscribe button, and as always, follow the Junkeez.
This ain't no kayfabe podcast show. This is Suplex Thoughts with a stiff promo. Some pop in the crowd, 2 heat in the fed. We talk past, present, the blood, sweat, and dread. Brocstarr drops bombs like he's poking his prime. Jade calls Truth with the lyrical spine. Uncle Cal's got that locker room full with Chris Priest. Heel heat overload.